Hello student, in this video we will discuss about the challenges faced by NSS youth. Now the first challenge that they face is time management. Balancing NSS commitments with academic responsibilities can be challenged for student volunteers. Time management becomes crucial to ensure active participation without compromising academic performance. So this is one of the important challenges for NSS youth to manage the time by maintaining their academic performance and at the same time involving actively in NSS programs. So it is a very important part of an NSS volunteer or NSS youth, which make them a disciplined person, because if you can learn to manage your time, then in a long run you will be beneficial. So this is a challenge, but at the same time it is a training for the youth that how they can manage their time by maintaining their study as well as performing the NSS duty actively. Next is volunteer burnout. The enthusiasm and energy of volunteers can sometimes lead to burnout, especially if there is a lack of proper support systems, recognition, or if the workload becomes overwhelming. So this is a problem with the youth, general youth also. If they feel their work is not recognized by the organization or by their leaders, then their enthusiasm or energy die out, or you can say burnout. Other than that, the lack of proper support system, if they want to perform some activity but the locality or the community do not support them, do not come forward to have an agreement that they want their help, then NSS youth lose their enthusiasm most of the time. And the workload, this is a part of it. So workload, lack of support system, and recognition are some causes for which the volunteer lose their interest in NSS activities. So it is the duty of the program officers that they motivate the youth time to time, and if they did some commendable job, they should give the recognition, they should praise them, and at the same time they ensure that NSS volunteer or NSS youth must get all the supports to do their activity. It is the responsibility of the institution that if some volunteers went for a particular program, NSS program, then the institution, or in particular the program in charge, must ensure that everything is at the right place. He should come forward. If there is a problem, he should come forward and solve the problem, so that NSS volunteers can perform their duty without any hindrance. There will be problem, but not that if they cannot solve the problem, if they did not get support from the program officer or the institution, eventually they will lose the enthusiasm. Next is communication barrier. Effective communication within the community may be hindered by language barriers or differences in communication styles. Overcoming these challenges is essential for building rapport with community member. So communication barrier, I think it is not that much challenging, because NSS volunteers or NSS youth usually work within their locality. So it is not a very big problem, but it is a problem for those youth who are from the outside and went to a institution, join an NSS, and then they want to perform some activities or some social service to the community around them. At that time, this may be a problem that a local language can be a communication barrier between the an NSS volunteer and the local people. So this is obviously a challenge, but it is not that common, because usually the NSS volunteers work within their certain limit or around their institution, the community around their institution. So local language is a problem, but not that big problem if we think in that direction. Next is limited skill development opportunities. Yes, this is another one. NSS volunteers may face challenges in accessing skill development opportunity that align with their career goals. Addressing this requires thoughtful program design and collaboration with industry partners. Now, NSS volunteer face challenges in accessing skill development opportunities. This is for the volunteer that in the NSS program or activity there is a very little opportunity for them to learn some skill or to join in some skill development programs which can help in building their career goals. So this can be solved, basically this can be solved by designing the program in such a way that not only the community but also the youth of NSS can learn something out of it, such as if there is a activity of Swanirvarta, that people learn some skill like hair cutting. So there is a camp of hair cutting that in a locality or where the people of the community learn the skill of hair cutting or barber. So in that particular program, NSS youth can learn something which may be helpful for them in their future, or even in some digital learning mode. They can start some program of 100 days program of, suppose, C programming in a particular region, where the students of class 8, 9, 10 can learn C programming in 100 days. So the NSS youth also get benefit from such programs where if he don't know what is a C program or how to develop the C programming, he can also take part in such activities and learn these languages or soft skills. So these type of programs, so the program officer at the state level or the national level can design those programs which not only good for the community, the people of the community, but also helpful for the youth to develop their career in the future. Next is measuring impact. Determining the long-term impact of NSS initiatives can be challenging. Volunteers may struggle with assessing the outcome of their effort and making data-driven improvement. Determining the long-term impact of NSS initiative. Now, in a particular community, the NSS youth or volunteer can work relentlessly, but what is the outcome? There is usually no measuring parameter to check how much progress has been made in a particular direction. So a volunteer struggle with accessing the outcome of their effort and making a data driven improvement. So such they don't have the statistics that suppose they are working on child education or girl education, so they don't have a statistics that how much improvement have has been made in child education in a certain locality. So it is again the duty of the program officers at the national level to come up with some measuring parameters which can access the which can assess the work of NSS volunteers, because after doing all the programs and all the hard works, if there is no impact, then it is useless. So there must be some measuring impact which can help the volunteer to know what we have done, what we have to do, and how long we have to repeat it. That is the thing that a volunteer must know. Otherwise they will work relentlessly and there is no particular outcome. So these are some challenges faced by the NSS youth.